Let's go, guys. So we're officially 3 days into the lockdown, and so far I'm surviving. I am surviving. I'm alive. I have food in the fridge. I have a mini home gym set up. I got my dope shoe collection. I mean, life is good. Life is good. But today, a very interesting, kind of different video for you guys. Now, you guys know that aside from my dashing good looks and my semi-funny personality, I actually enjoy powerlifting, and some could say I'm pretty good at it. So today, we're gonna be going over how to deadlift. Now, I put a little montage together of my best deadlifts over the last couple months, and then we go right into the gym, where on the last day of the lockdown, I filmed a very in-depth how to deadlift video. So sit back, relax, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Pretty sure that we're gonna hit 50,000 tonight because we're only 30 away. But I'm gonna have a massive 50,000 subscriber giveaway and video. It's gonna be fun, so make sure you look out for it. It's basically in the thumbnail, it's just gonna say 50,000. So make sure you watch that video because we're gonna give away some pretty good prize packs. Let's roll the clips.
Don't even gotta date me, I'm your consumption. That's something, whoa. I need all the girl to drop it down. This for all my niggas when your nigga ain't around. This for all the girl to get it now. Drop it on the nigga, show who really run it town. Yeah. I need all the girl to drop it down. Yeah. This for all my niggas when your nigga ain't around. This for all my girl to get it now. Yeah. Drop it on the nigga, show who really run it town. Like, what you mean? No, you don't. I didn't do that, like how the fuck you know? She can get it when she on the throne. Yeah. Don't need confetti if you let me give a dog a bone. Yeah. You had a hard day at work and my tongue is needing that mileage. If you just give me a minute, change attitude, get inside it. Ain't got no time for no gimmicks or games. This nigga is wildin', I'm ready for it. No scrimmage, this might be the perfect time. And if you just want, then just give me something. There's a run the way she coming, cause I can run it. Yeah, I be so straight up the way she love it. She get it without no makeup, straight up the oven. No bluffing, baby, back at the pumpkin. Yeah, I love the way she play me just like a trumpet. She will always be my baby, that's no assumptions. She don't even gotta date me, I'm your consumption.
What's going on, YouTube? It is 2 days until the gym closures, and we are gonna do a how to deadlift video today. Now, if you pull sumo, I just skipped this video because you've never deadlifted a day in your life. We are gonna go over a conventional deadlift, the way that it should be done, and kind of give you my tips and tricks. Now, deadlift is my worst lift out of the 3 lifts. I've only ever hit 755 pounds. Now, even though that was super easy, I've never hit 800 for deadlift, and it's really been pissing me off. So I've really been trying to perfect my form, and I'm gonna show you guys each little nook and cranny that I did to try to get my weight up. Now, so I still have a slip disc, so you're not gonna be seeing a 7 or an 800 pound pull today. We're probably gonna work up maybe 500, 600. We're gonna make it heavy enough that you can see my form, but not heavy enough that I'm gonna do any more damage to the slip disc. So we're gonna start warming up, and I'll talk while we warm up. So when I start actually warming up deadlifts, I actually kind of do a full body warm up. The amount of times I've seen somebody's bicep shoot into their fucking shoulder while they're deadlifting because they haven't warmed up their biceps or their shoulders yet is crazy. So I kind of do a full body workout where I do a little bit of curls, and then I kind of drop it down right into some rows. And then I'll go right into some stiff leg deadlifts. And I basically do that back to back to back to back. I don't take rest in between that, and use a light enough weight that this is not supposed to tire you out. This is just to get your muscles kind of firing and get you ready for deadlifting. My body's feeling warm, it's feeling a little bit primed. Then I kind of get into some static stretching. I really try to like elongate my spine, make sure my body's sitting well, make sure my hips are aligned. A lot of the times when you guys are pulling like touch and go deadlifts, sometimes you'll see, well, I'll show you. A good indication to know if you're stiff on one side is when you pull your deadlifts and you do touch, they'll look like this. Now, if your stance is perfect and your hand positioning is perfect and you're offsetting the weight like that, well, clearly you know either your shoulder or your hip is tight, or maybe it's your lower back. So we're gonna work from the ground up. We're gonna make sure everything is loose, but not so loose. I'm a huge believer on still staying tight when powerlifting. I don't wanna go into any powerlifting movement after doing like an hour of yoga, because I will feel way too drained. I will not be in the mentality. When I'm driving to the gym, guys, I'm getting fucking hyped up. I have goosebumps, is I'm just trying to get in a very like aggressive mind. And if you sit here and you're just breathing and you're calm, I feel like I lose that aggressiveness. So we're gonna do a very quick full body stretch, starting from the hips, going up to the shoulders, and I guess you'll just follow along. As you can see, we're gonna start with our hips, open them up wide. After about 30 seconds of that, gonna sway back and forth just to kind of get like our ankles warmed up and a little bit of more of like our hip abductors on the inside and the outside. Right about on the minute mark, we switch over right onto our back and we crossed our legs over, got a really big stretch. Not only does this help lengthen the spine, but my back crackles and pops when I do this, and it just feels really good. It decompresses my spine and really stretches the outskirts of my glutes, and I try to hold that for about 30 seconds on each side. Get right up, right into your quads. Now, I know you don't use too many quads while you're deadlifting. Still a very, very important muscle to warm up. Right after, we're going right into just a nice hamstring. Now, I'm not trying to force my hamstrings in here. I'm kind of slowly taking a deep breath in, and then on the out, I'm going a little bit lower. And then in, on the out, a little bit lower, holding that for 30 seconds. And then I kind of just do some light chest and shoulder stretches, and then it's time to fucking go. I'm gonna go over form and how I go about setting up my deadlift to get maximum strength and leverages. Now, a lot of you guys ask, I'm 5'6", maybe 5'7" on a very good fucking day if I stand up very straight. I'm short and stocky. This may not work for somebody that's taller and lanky because you're gonna have longer arms, which means you'll be able to deadlift faster than I can. Now, like, I lock out and it's like over my dick. I see some of you guys lock out, and you guys are locking out at like your damn knees and shit. So you may have to alter some of the stuff I say. So every time I start deadlifting, always start from the ground up. When you're a bodybuilder, you always pose from the ground up. Powerlifting is no different. So the stance that you want to have to deadlift is going to be the stance that you can jump the farthest in. Now, if I was to jump from me to you, I would not take a stance here and try to jump. I would lose so much power because I would get the most amount of power standing about here and then really being able to jump. So if you were trying to get the most amount of explosive power out of the ground, why would you stand in a position that you couldn't jump the farthest? That's the first mistake I see people make. So we're gonna do that first. Now, a good rule of thumb that I like to say is go with the strategy of breaking the bar. Now, I'm gonna use alternating grip for this. You can do this with hook grip as well. And if you're trying to work on technique work for your deadlift, I do recommend staying away from straps because you're gonna use the straps as kind of a leverage to get the weight up. So I'm gonna slowly bring my arms down. If I were to keep my shoulders perfectly straight and my back perfectly straight and go all the way down to the bar, this would be the position I'm in. But where a lot of you guys go wrong is the minute you heave on this bar, that's what your shoulders do. And then the whole lift starts with your legs, and then you're trying to good morning the entire weight up. Now, if you go down here, like we said, if you go down, you grab it, and you try to snap this bar, the bar will lift off the ground without me even trying. So if I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna snap it into place. The bar's already off the ground. You should never be heaving on the bar unless you're a shitty lifter. You see every single lifter pull all the slack out of the bar and then get ready to explode. So by using the snapping the bar technique, you can ensure that your shoulders are always gonna stay in place. You take this sound out of the lift. So if you're hearing this, that's not a successful deadlift when you're trying to perfect your form. Now, if you don't give a fuck and you're doing like what's the saying? What's the fucking saying, Martin? You're a powerlifter.
Shitty one.
Grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you're using like a grip it and rip it strategy to hit like an all-time PR because you're fucking hyped up and your girlfriend left you, and you're just going for it, then that is okay. But we're talking about perfection here. So I highly suggest, and even when you see the top of the top do this, like Larry Wheels uses that grip it and rip it, you still never hear that. He almost pulls the slack out of the bar and lifts it perfectly. And those are the small things that you guys don't realize, and then you try to copy him and your deadlift falls apart. So we're gonna do some reps, and then we're gonna go on what to do on the top of half of your body. It's like, that is generating power, but that's not gripping it and ripping it. That is generating so much force from the ground that you more or less of the time have enough momentum to get through the rest of the lift, even if your form starts to fall apart on these heavier weights. So we're gonna go up to 3 plates. No! We're only at 3 plates, so this will be a good enough weight for me to demonstrate how I complete the top of my lockout. And I'm gonna show you guys this by kind of doing some paused reps and show you where your positioning should be at where in the lift. And this is where it's gonna come down to you trying it out, videotaping yourself from the side and seeing where your back needs to be to ensure that your entire body locks out at the same time. Now, not only does it have to lock out at the same time, you have to think of it as like you're deadlifting the weight up, but you're pushing the floor away from you at the same time. Because when you, like technically if I was just to deadlift, it would look like this. That's where you're gonna fail. If I'm gonna deadlift and push the floor away from me at the same time, it's gonna look like that. You see how much more upright that's gonna be? How the bar pattern is gonna always stay underneath you? Now, you don't have to scrape the bar up your shins. I used to be the biggest pussy and I hated that shit. I like wouldn't do it, even a millimeter off. But as I've been getting into like the higher numbers, into the 700s, into hopefully the 800s this year, every time I don't touch the bar on my shin, I end up failing the lift right about here because I can't finish it, because I cannot push the ground away from the, like, I don't know how to explain that, but I fail the lift because it turns into a huck up instead of a push up. So I hope that makes sense. That's, in my head, the best way I can explain it right now. So we're gonna do some paused reps. I'm gonna show you guys from the front, I'm gonna show you guys from the side, and you can kind of see how my entire body locks out at the same time. You can see that right underneath my knee, nothing has gone loose yet. Right underneath my knee, I'm still trying to almost break this bar right into my kneecaps and then really drive everything through with my knees, my hips, and my glutes. And like I always say, guys, like you just dropped the soap in prison and you have a 550-pound man named Jamal coming behind you. That is how fucking hard you need to squeeze them cheeks at the top of your deadlift. And then when you squeeze your cheeks that hard, it prevents you from like hyperextending. We're 4 months out from breaking the all-time world fucking record, and no one's gonna come close I saw a post go up, who's gonna win the Kearns? Oh, it's gonna be John Hack, it's gonna be Yuri Belka, and no one has ever seen me at 100%. I tore my chest and I came 8th in the fucking world. Imagine me at 100%. Let's go. Do like one set of 585, just to show you guys like staying tight, pushing through your feet, pushing through the motion, breaking the bar. I'm also gonna film this from the side because I know that my upper back is gonna try to compensate for my lower back. And you're gonna be able to see it heavily at the top of the lift when my upper back tries to take over from my slip disc. So I wanna show you guys this because then you can analyze your deadlift and you can be like, okay, my lower back must need work, or my lower back is weak. So you'll see, I'm gonna get to about here, and then I'm gonna extend my legs and kind of like pull it forward, and you'll be able to tell, like right away, you'll be like, that's a lower back problem. Severe slip disc in between the L4 and L5. I'm pretty sure you can see where that deadlift falls apart right at the top. I mean, I'm in excruciating pain and I like slam back oxys every single day. Obviously I have to get that fixed, but you'll be able to see like where your lift falls apart when you deadlift from the side. Now I'm gonna put that clip again. As you can see, my knees and my hips locked out first, and then I'm trying to heave it up with my lower back. Because my lower back's weak, my upper back's trying to finish the motion, and the whole deadlift just looks like shit. Don't be that guy that your deadlift looks that bad. So really focus from the ground up, having your body completely in a line. And when you get to that weight where your lower back starts to give out, I would say a good rule of thumb is doing like 10 sets of 10 at that weight. And don't go up until you can do 10 sets of 10 without your lower back giving it. We're gonna do some accessories. We're gonna do a lot of pulls because I can't really do anything bent over right now. We're gonna focus on making sure the spine stays long. I'll probably play some music, and well, I'll see you guys at the end of this video. Point is, if you're gonna train for bodybuilding, just wear wraps or straps because you won't be able to get as good a contraction with your back. But if you're training for powerlifting, I mean, you really wanna work on that grip strength. And I personally don't like being that guy standing in the gym, holding dumbbells, looking in the mirror. So I just train back without straps. I try to go as heavy as possible. And I mean, I deadlift in the mid 7s with no straps, and I have zero grip issues, so I'm just constantly training. Alright, so thank you guys to everyone who made it to the end of this video. Now, I just want to show you guys what the weather is like in Canada right now during our lockdown. It is like a blizzard outside. It is like minus like 10 degrees. It's freezing. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's not like we can go anywhere, but it's crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching again. Like I said, big video coming out in the next couple days for 50,000 fucking subscribers. Honestly can't believe that we're here. It's all because of you guys, so I believe we're here. And I guess I'll see you guys in the new year.